be at home. On the 14th floor where the bathroom door don't lock. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the police mix, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. Now she walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's bedless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on the seat and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 128 of Fired Up, a nice little Sunday edition of Fired Up, straight after the Eagles lost to the Jets. I'm Mike Gilletta. Joining me as always, Dom Constantine and Chris Lucia. What's going on, fellas?
Yo.
What's up? What's up?
Not much. It's it's a little weird we're doing this directly after the Eagles game, obviously, because the Phillies play a pretty important game Monday night. I don't know if anybody know about that one. So instead of going live for like the first 4 innings or whatever, like you might as well just do it tonight. But yeah, I mean it's a tough one because that was one sloppy football game, just a bad football game all around.
All around, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just very happy that my wife buys like lavender tea, so like I'm gonna be drinking that.
You're a little calm.
Myself calm, feeling collected. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna recenter myself and say Lane Johnson was out and Slay was out, and
They did deal with a lot of injuries.
yeah,
Yeah, but so did the other team did as well.
we're
Sure.
centering, Mike. We're centering here.
Well, yeah, but like when you lose to Zach Wilson and the Jets, like there's
But
gonna
we
be
didn't-
criticism, and the way that they lost, there's
The
gonna be
problem is
criticism.
we didn't lose to Zach Wilson and the Jets. We
Right.
lost to
Ourselves.
Robert Saleh, ourselves, and the defense. Like we lost to the Jets defense.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's really the defense. Like they were again, like Dom said, I think they lost themselves. They shot
I think it's
themselves in the foot. I think they shot themselves in the foot with just like let's just be honest. That's one of the worst games I've seen Jalen Hurts play in like 2 years.
That is the worst game I've ever seen Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni together.
Wait,
Like, that is the worst.
especially when it matters. Like the first year they were together, obviously, or I'm sorry, they made the playoffs the first year together. So
We did.
I'm thinking of Jalen Hurts' first year when he was a rookie, when he played the last couple games. But even that year he didn't look great. But this is like the first time that they've looked this bad together. Since these last 2 years they've been one of the best teams in football. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm keeping myself very calm because if not, I'm below a gasket.
Yeah, but how much of it? And obviously, there's blame for Sirianni, but how much of it is also Brian Johnson? Like, how much
It's all
blame
Brian
does
Johnson.
he get? Yeah, exactly.
It's all
Yeah,
Brian Johnson. But at a certain point, as a head coach, you got to say, dude, you cannot play call for the rest of this game. Like, I got to take over, and like we'll be having a conversation tomorrow as to like what your job duties look like for the rest of the year. Because a 3rd and 9 QB draw just doesn't make any sense.
no, and you go to the final drive of the game. You have 3rd and 10. You throw a little 2-yard drag route that goes nowhere.
Hold on. Before we go to the next
Okay,
match,
yeah,
'cause I
go
saw
ahead.
you tweet about it, and I see a lot of people tweeting about it.
It's a terrible play call.
But here's the thing. He was like the third option on the play. He was the only player open.
He was. Yeah, he did.
You either take a sack or he throws it to him, and you're pissed off that he's sacked. He checked down two other. He looked at two other guys, and he checked it down to Smith.
Take off and run then. Take off and run.
Calcaterra was his first option. If you saw, he slid out of the back, which again, I don't understand what the thought process is going to a Calcaterra there. Where's AJ Brown?
Take off and run.
I blame Smith. I blame on that play. Because Smith, they even said at the game, Smith in zone coverage is supposed to stop, catch the ball, and turn around and run. That's the way they practiced all year, and he just ran. He just continued to run.
I mean,
and he had a fucking horrible game too.
Yeah,
he sucked today.
He looked like Jalen Reagor out there. He had one of the worst drops I've ever seen.
Two.
I remember the
Two.
one where he was wide open.
Two gigantic drops today.
Yeah.
And Goddard also didn't show up.
Goddard, he's another one who dropped the pick, dropped the ball, and gave it right to the defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
Hurts
went.
threw two by himself.
I think that went as an interception. It shouldn't go against Hurts though on that one. Like that's just a bad.
On which one? The Goddard one?
The Goddard one. Did they call it a
Right,
fumble? Or did
but
they
I'm
call
saying
it
the
an
other
interception?
two. No, it's an interception.
Yeah. Okay.
But the other two were his fault, and,
Oh,
and, then
100%.
and then Jake Elliott misses a field. I know it didn't matter at the end, but Jake Elliott misses a field goal. That takes stuff right out of
Sure. Takes a window of the seals.
Right.
For sure.
It's just top to bottom was a horrible game. It
Awful.
wasn't just Hurts. It wasn't just Sirianni. It was Smith, Goddard, the offensive line, everything. It was everything.
Actually, but
Defensive line showed up.
Defensive line. I was just going to say they
Yeah.
did play well today.
Yeah, I just mean like more so offensively.
Yeah, defense. I think the defensive line, like you come out of it being like, okay, like you lost the game, but you didn't have Jalen Carter for it.
Right, and plus you give up 20 on the road. It's not
Yeah,
it's not the worst thing in the world.
And out of that 20, it was one touchdown. The other one, and that touchdown, they probably could have held them to a field goal there. They let them score. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
They should have let him score on the interception. Honestly,
It took 4 seconds off.
No, I get that, but you don't know that at the time. Like,
No, I know.
So I don't know. The secondary scares me. Like,
Well, yeah,
totally.
I mean, you're kind of hoping Slay comes back, and Blankenship got hurt in the middle of the game, and
Sidney Brown, what's going on with that dude? Like,
yeah.
Justin Evans out again. Like, I feel like everybody. You know what? I feel like this was a scheduled loss for them. Like they said, let's get out of this game as like least hurt as possible, which didn't happen, and get ready for like the juggernaut that's coming up. So like, it's okay if we lose this game.
This one was the one that everybody's been talking about since the schedule came out. We just didn't know which one it was. Everybody knew the Eagles were going to come out like they were last year, and the first couple weeks last year they didn't look great, but they look like shit so far. I mean, the last two weeks Hurts has played well. Not talking about the Jets game, but the Washington and who they play last week?
Rams.
The Rams. He looked really good, but everybody knew they weren't going to be this like the same team they were last year because they had a lot of guys that they lost. And ever since the schedule came out, and I don't know if I said this on the show, I've told a bunch of people it's like until that part of the schedule comes out, like the Chiefs and the Bills and the Cowboys, whatever, Miami, that whole stretch. You just kind of just thought like they were going to lose one of these games, like it was just going to be, and we just didn't know which one. I thought it was going to be the Washington game. What's that? Next week or 2 weeks? 3 weeks, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Chris, I think you're muted
Next week,
because I saw your lips moving.
Next week's Miami, and then I think the week after that is should be the
Washington
Commanders game. Yeah, I believe so.
And then it's what, the bye or Dallas?
Dallas
I can't
and then
remember
the
if
bye.
Dallas. Okay.
and the bye.
So like everybody
so-
just felt like there was just going to be a game early on where they were going to lose, and it was just going to be a bet. Like last year, when they lost to Washington at home on Sunday night or whatever it was, Monday night. This was the game that everybody said, they're going to lose one, and we just didn't know which one it was. And it just
Yeah, but I
happened
think
to be
it's just how they lost though. Like the fact that it was a close game, the fact that the Jets
Mike, they
are without
played like absolute.
No, I understand.
shit.
I understand that, but like a guy like Jalen Hurts who doesn't turn the ball over at all, like that's his best part of his game.
I understand.
Had 3 turnovers today.
I get that. One of them wasn't his fault, and
totally, I agree
and
with that.
he didn't look great. I agree with that. He looked good in the first half. He looked horrible in the second half. But it's top to bottom. It's like it's on the offense. It's the only guy that showed up was AJ Brown. Like
Do you think
they
do you think
didn't run the ball? They Goddard was useless. Smith dropped 2 huge passes. He had 3 catches for 20 yards. Like it was everybody. It was everybody in the offense. It wasn't a close game.
Do you think they took him lightly? Because like the first drive, they marched down the field so easily, and it looked like all right, they're in control. They're going to be in control the whole game, and we really didn't see that the entire game after that.
I don't know what it was.
I don't agree. I think that because they were up 14-3 at a point.
Going into the second
yes.
half, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
so
no,
I think
I'm sorry, second quarter, right?
Yes, because who scored that second one? Swift.
It was 14-9 going in the second half, right?
Swift scored that second one. That's when I was like, all right, like they're very handedly in control of this game, and like it's just going to be a game where it's like let's just keep clock moving. Then they don't score after that, and like that's the name of the game. They didn't create any turnovers off of Zach Wilson, which is a problem. Like you gotta be in that guy's face. I mean, again, the D line got theirs. Would they have 3 or 4 sacks today?
I don't
I'll
have
look it
it off. I could look it up, but I'm trying to think. Hassan Reddick had 1 or 2.
Milton Williams had 1.
So
Sweat
Reddick had
1.
2.5. Reddick had 2.5. Sweat had 1. Milton Williams had a half.
Right, so four sacks, but they didn't create a turnover, and that's an issue. Like you have to in that.
But then again, it's like with Blankenship leaving early and Slay not playing and Josh Jobe, who like
They had 5 sacks, by the way. 5.
who was
I don't. I just see 5 for 31 yards. I don't know what the
on the score app it says 2.5, 1.5. But it's like the penalties too. Like Josh Jobe, I think he'd be a nice player in this league, but the reason why he would have trouble making a lot of teams, and the reason that like he's not one of these top cornerbacks. I think he's got the talent. It's just the last 2 weeks he's had like huge penalties. It's a long list of things, man. It's not just on the quarterback and the coach. It's everybody. Like it's the whole offense.
I texted you guys during the game. There were back-to-back plays where there were blatant, and I know there's holding on every play,
Right.
but like Jordan Davis got turned around on a holding play. Like it was on one where the running back bounced it to the outside, and Jordan Davis is arms are up in the air, being like spun around. I'm like, okay, like
Right.
how don't you see that? That would be one. But again, like I said, penalties are what they are. Like that's not what caused the game.
Sure. No, I hear what you're saying though.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like things kind of turned the second. Like you realize, and we've always kind of known this, is once Lane Johnson's off of the line, anything's really possible with how this team can get beat. Like he's so important to the team. And we kind of saw that once he went down. I mean, they just kept taking advantage of Driscoll. Like he just wasn't ready.
And not just Driscoll. Like you got to remember, like Suo Opeta is a backup too.
Yeah.
And so like that right side, I know he came in and played the past 2 weeks, but he still is like a backup. Like on the depth chart, he's a backup.
Sure. Yeah.
So you don't have Lane Johnson's help on Suo Opeta as well, like where he could probably lean on him a little bit on pass protection or run protection, where now he's going to be exposed as well one-on-one.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's
gonna listen. We knew they weren't gonna go perfect, right? The only
of course not.
Harder from now, like that's
especially because obviously the late game, and we see the Niners lose to the Browns, and we're like, all right, that opens up a spot maybe for us to take control of the NFC, and it's like now we're back even with them again, and the Niners are a damn good team, and they made getting the number 1 seed a hell of a lot harder by losing this football game.
Dude, I saw somebody say today that Vegas crushed it today. Like Vegas killed today.
Sure. Yeah.
With the 49ers and the Eagles both losing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then again, that's your own fault. Not you, but it's your own fault for betting them. Like I lost on the Niners today in the survival. Like you took the away team. Like you know what I mean? Like you just the idea is never division games, never road teams, never things that you're setting yourself up, and it's just No, dude, Vegas knows what they're doing.
Yeah, dude. Mike and I last week, and I remember saying that when I got them on against the spread, they were at 4.5. And I was like, that is the lock of the week. And that line went.
Who's that? The Niners?
The Niners game. Yeah,
it started at 4.5. And I was like, that's a lock. And then it went all the way up to 10, and they still just injuries today. You know what I mean? It was a lot of injuries.
Yeah, and you look at DeAndre Swift, right? Because he really didn't play. I mean, he didn't play really at all in the Patriots game, so I'll throw that game out. Since the Vikings game, he had 28 carries, 16 carries, 14 carries, 17 carries, and then today only 10. I mean, how do you not get with how he's been running the ball? How do you not get him involved?
So my I thought about this already. My thought was they went into this game with the game plan that their top 2 cornerbacks are really good.
Sure, I get that.
The idea is to throw the ball, but not adjusting enough to running the ball. That's the problem. And I've been such a fan of Sirianni being able to adjust within the game, and they didn't do it today.
No.
My thought is they came in. We're gonna throw all over this team, which they did in the first half.
Yeah.
And then
Totally.
the throwing the ball wasn't working, and they didn't adjust.
Yeah.
That's my thought. I don't know.
I mean, part of the game plan, right? I mean, AJ Brown had 7 catches, 131 yards. I mean,
it's 4 consecutive games with over 125 yards or more.
yep.
The first Eagle ever do that.
Really?
Yep.
That's what they said, yeah, during the broadcast.
I would have
The
thought
other
like
issue- the other
T- I
issue-
would have thought like T.O. did it the year he was here. Or
The other
I mean,
issue,
it's not that it's not the easiest thing in the world.
No, of course not. Of course not.
No.
the other issue is you have Miami next week. Like that's the issue here, and Slade needs to be on like a quick. Like I hope it's not as like bad as him just maybe needing an extra week off, but you better get all of that secondary back next week.
See, but like I'm not as pissed as I am about this loss. Like I'm not that worried going forward.
Really,
Yeah, not yet. I mean,
As
long as they're healthy, that's the biggest thing. If they're healthy, if Slay plays next week and Blankenship is ready to go, and Johnson's okay to play next week, like I'm fine. They did it last year. They lost to Washington last year, and then they rattled off like 6 straight.
No, sure, but like the secondary's been a kind of a question mark through the first before this for the whole season, really. Like we've been kind of questioning secondary, and I mean I don't know. I think it's definitely a question moving forward, and I mean especially team. I mean you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle next week. Like it's good luck. That's all I'll say.
yeah. Hopefully he pulls a quad again, like he did today. Tyreek.
Did he?
Got him off the field. He did for like a little bit. Got him off the field for like a drive.
Yeah. And then I'll tell you, I think we thought about it, but like in the Phired Up Survivor pool, I picked the Eagles too. So now Don's our winner. He picked the Rams today. We'll send him a shirt.
Yep. Congrats to Don.
Yep, absolutely. Great dude. So happy it was him. If it was going to be anybody other than me, I'm happy it was him.
Mike, if you would have won, would you have sent yourself a shirt?
I don't know. I probably would have sent him a shirt anyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think last year when we were debating on whether if we should do it or not, we were like, my first question was, what if we won? And I think we came up with like, whoever came in second.
Yeah. So, but it lasted a lot longer this year than it did last. I think last year we were done by like week 2 or 3.
Okay.
Like everybody was out the first week or 2. It was crazy.
Yeah, last year it was who got everybody last year? The Colts against Jacksonville to start the season.
Yeah, it might have been it. Yep. But again, Dom talked about it. The division games, you don't want to touch those. So
No.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know where else to kind of go with this other than like it was just an ugly game. That's really it.
The only positive I could see is Kelly Green's next week, right? Sunday Night Football, Kelly Green.
Sunday Night Football, exactly. Yep. What happens? What's the Phillies' entire schedule? Like when's that series going to be over? If it goes 7,
It's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay, so what happens if it gets to like a game 6, and it's next Monday night? We can't do it next Sunday night because Eagles play. We can't do it Monday because the Phillies play.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cross the bridge when we get there. Cross that bridge when we get there.
Right.
Let's hope that there's not a Phillies game.
Yeah, let's hope they just take care of it in 4 or 5.
Right.
Do you know? Because I've been checking, it's cheaper to get on a plane and go out to Arizona than to buy Citizens, like even standing room in Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah, I jokingly said that to my wife, and she looked into it. Just the bullshit, and it's a little bit cheaper. Dude, we were looking today. There was somebody like I'm on a Facebook group where like you could sell, exchange, whatever. And I think it was section. And I know it's like the lower level, but it was like section 113 or something. Was like he was selling them for $2,500 a pop.
Oh
each.
My God.
Each. Yeah,
I was looking on SeatGeek, and I think just to get like just standing room only was like $400.
Yeah, the cheapest ticket I saw so far is in the 400s. It's cheaper. It's cheaper to sit in the 400s than it is for standing room.
Is it really?
Yep. It's been like that the whole series. The Miami series, I looked to go in for standing room was $200. So
Crazy.
the cheapest I've seen so far is like three something to sit all the way up top.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine watching the game on my couch.
But it's the same thing as like I know how we feel about Taylor Swift, like the whole world right now. But it's even like the Taylor Swift concerts and like the Bruce Springsteen, the big names that like sell out these huge arenas and football stadiums. It's like the people that it's these scalpers, like
Sure,
people that buy to just like it just sucks that people that actually want to go to the game. Like these people don't want to go to the game; they just want to sell tickets.
Sure.
It sucks.
Yep. And they do it because people pay it. People
Sure.
want to go. So it's all about
And
supply and demand.
I'm the jabroni that's like posting videos on Instagram to win tickets from 100 different companies.
I know you tagged me like 4 of them.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Dude, Dom, I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Yeah, it's a long shot.
Same, Dom. I'm
I didn't even think they were like I have a theory that they're not even real. It's kind of like the elevator when you get on the elevator and you click the close. It's just there to like make you feel better. It doesn't actually close.
They just do it just to gain 100. They just do it just to gain followers.
Yeah, exactly. The gain follow. Like I don't. My wife said that the one. I don't want to name names because they don't pay us the name to shout them out on here. But there's a certain company that she said does actually give out the tickets. But they're the only, like I've done 4 different companies and like I'm just like there's no. They definitely do it for followers and like.
Dom, you only miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Sure,
Wayne
you don't win the lottery without playing.
Michael Scott.
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Yeah. Listen, do you want us to do it? We'll post on our Instagram or Twitter about how we have free tickets to give away, and we just gain a bunch of followers.
Yep,
All right.
love that.
All right.
And then we just like we just make up either like a winner, like this person doesn't exist, or
just
we
make a burner account, and that'll be the winner.
well, that's the thing. It's like they don't.
Photo.
Yeah, like they don't even like post the winner. Like you can just say you don't even have to say anything.
Right. Yeah. You just go away into the abyss. It's a good game plan. I like it.
Yeah, this sounds like good
Marketing opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Credibility shot once if anybody figures it out, but that's fine.
Yeah, but
Guys-
that's down the road.
If I have tickets, I ain't giving them away on Fired Up.
No, yeah.
I'm going to the game.
I don't blame you. But listen, I mean, we have given away tickets before.
For sure.
Courtesy of Chris. So there you
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
Eagles tickets. We've given away jerseys. We've
Yep.
given away a couple things.
A couple things, yeah.
We've
sure.
given away tips on what to bet. Not as
They always
What'd you
don't.
say?
They don't always pan out, but
yeah.
Oh, that's viewers' discretion. Like that's that's not my problem. I'm not telling you to bet them.
Mike and I were talking. We all went 1-4 this week.
Yeah, I
and
saw.
against the
Yeah,
spread, yeah. Rough week. So I mean, that does bring our totals to Dom. You're 500. You're 15-15. Me and Chris are both 14-16.
All right, we're
We're right there.
We're right there.
Right there. Yeah.
yeah. It's June in baseball. Like we're 2 games out of first place. We got a whole season.
Yeah, and as we've seen in playoffs, like Dom will just get a first round bye, and we'll knock him out in the division
Right.
series.
You guys want to talk baseball? Let's move on from the Eagles. Unless you want to talk more Eagles and talk about the upcoming game. It's up to you guys. Where do you want to go with this?
They just have to really just they have to stop their receivers. They have to stop their fast receivers and sack the quarterback, and that's how you're going to win games, right?
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Right.
On that, you know what? Like maybe if they fire Brian Johnson, I
think I
hold
could call.
on.
I was gonna say, I don't live too far. I could walk to the stadium.
there you go.
I could just call plays.
And not just that, they would probably only have to pay you like $60,000, and you'll. Just
I was gonna say
I'd
like
say
I was gonna
1/16
say
of whatever they're paying Brian Johnson.
right.
and you'll
How
show
much
up.
does he make?
That's a good question. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. What if it has a
I
salary?
would
anyway?
guess like 350. I would guess like 350.
A year?
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
You double it.
Okay.
660.
Okay. So Dom,
How many years is that?
1 year.
Wow. Okay.
Dom,
Assuming I'm looking at the right guy. I might not be looking at the right guy. Hold on. I'm not. That is the Commanders kicker, Brian Johnson. Hold on.
This is what we do on this show.
it's going to be even more egregious.
we're worse than politicians, like those political shows where we just spread like the wrong information.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. Get this ad out of my face. Okay, so when he was hired to be the quarterbacks coach, he got paid $540,000. So it doesn't. I don't have his.
Yeah, that's a pay bump, right?
Yeah,
Offensive
no.
coordinator.
Wait, hold on.
So
He probably makes what, like $1 million a year, a little less.
if a kicker on the Commanders makes six,
He's making half of that being the quarterback's special. What was he? What did you?
right.
He was a quarterbacks coach, wasn't he?
Okay, yeah, he makes half of that being the quarterback's coach. I mean, he probably makes like what, like 750,000.
Yeah, and you move so much closer to the stadium now.
Most NFL
Yeah.
coordinators make somewhere around $1 million in average salary.
Yeah, I don't even need a parking spot. I can just walk.
You could walk.
Yeah,
there.
you can have his parking spot.
That's so funny. I
don't need an office.
Commanders.
No.
I'll just chill on like Broad and Patterson. That's my office.
There you go, Dom. Get your resume ready.
Wasn't there a GM that started like at the bottom like that?
Joe
Started
Douglas.
from the bottom.
Was it Joe Douglas that was
Yeah.
like eating like out of dumpsters because like he was so poor?
I don't know about that.
There
He was like the ball boy.
No. There's definitely a GM that was like eating out of dumpsters because like he was like that low down. I'll find it. Let me. NFL.
Yeah, I don't know if I might have to get a different job.
I can't find it.
I know
So
Joe Douglas.
I typed in NFL GM eating out of dumpster, and the first article that comes up is 10 reasons the Giants will be a dumpster fire this season.
Yeah.
That's great.
The Joe Douglas story is he knew he wasn't good enough to play in the pros, so I guess it was like during like the combine or whatever, he was like going to meet like other GMs and coaches, and like he like gave his resume out, and like he went to the Ravens as like, I don't know, I might make this part up, he like a ball boy or something, or some kind of like really low job, and he worked his way up.
Interesting.
First, when I looked it up, the first thing that popped up was about Howie. I think it might have been Howie Roseman.
He's eating out of dumpsters. Howie
I'm
Roseman
looking
doesn't
right now.
strike me as a
I'm
guy
looking-
that's eating out of dumpsters.
I'm
I'll be
looking right
honest.
now. Hold up.
He doesn't seem like one guy that would survive off eating out of dumpsters. He just doesn't strike me as that guy.
Howie Roseman.
I mean, he might have started like down a lot. Like, I mean, they basically pushed him into the janitor's closet when Chip Kelly came in for a couple of years. So,
It might have been when he was eating out of dumpsters.
might have been, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not-
Well,
it's
yeah.
not-
No, we'll have to find this and bring it up next week. 'Cause I don't.
So,
remember. Go ahead.
Lane Johnson X-rays were negative.
Well, that's good.
High ankle sprain.
Yeah, I mean, high
3 to
ankle
4
sprains are-
weeks.
That's what they're saying. 3-4 weeks, huh?
Yep.
Ooh.
Jeff
For
McClain
just a
tweeted.
sprain. Dude,
Late- well, high
shoot something
ankle.
in.
High ankle is a lot worse than lower ankle.
Shoot something in it for some pain. He's never been one to shy away from needles before.
So this is Jeff McClain's tweet. Lane Johnson potentially left high ankle sprain. This is 12 minutes ago. Typically a 3 to 4 week injury, but O-line tend to come back earlier. Issue for Lane is he came back early from his right ankle once. His right ankle one, and it's caused misery for years after.
Who cares about years after? He's close to retirement anyway.
Well, no. It's saying when he did it before, it if he's going to play another 3 years,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
I mean, this team's gonna have trouble winning without Lane Johnson.
Yes.
Like, I don't think that's a hot take. 'Cause, I mean, the line collapsed quick tonight or today. It just you see Jalen Hurts have to get out of the pocket very, very quickly, and then when he does, he just made some dumb throws.
And then he tweeted, belief it could be a high ankle sprain, but an MRI tomorrow morning will tell more. So who knows? Sorry.
Sure. That's
I just wanted to add to that.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's a big loss. It's again.
Yeah, I
he's-
mean, you're talking about a guy who's given up no sacks, maybe one sack in the last fucking 10 years,
handful of years. Yeah,
or 5 years, whatever it is, and then Driscoll gave up one right away today. So
yeah, yep.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's a Hall of Fame right tackle, you know.
Oh, totally.
So they're in a little bit of trouble here.
Yep.
Especially, I guess it's better to happen this week than in 3-4 weeks, but
I guess, but at the same time, like they have 3 weeks and then the bye. You may not see him till after that bye if it's that serious.
right, but yeah, that's fine though. Not that it's fine, but I'd rather have him 100% for the Chiefs, the Bills.
Who
the
knows
other
what the Chiefs are at
Cowboys.
this point? The Chiefs aren't. I don't think are that big of a threat. I mean, they're still a good team as long as you have Patrick Mahomes, but
Right.
they're a far from perfect team.
No, absolutely, but they're still in that. They're still a top team in the league.
Sure,
It's you want him 100% for the Chiefs, Cowboys,
Bills,
Bills.
Seahawks. I think you have in there as well.
Yeah,
You do have the Seahawks in there.
Yeah. So it's it's the way they lost and move on to the next one, basically. Hopefully, what you talked about, Sirianni's ability to adapt. Hopefully, he could adapt whatever the game plan was this week and fix it and go in the next week with a different attitude. I guess
Yep.
that's all you can do.
Did you guys real quick? Did you guys hear that he didn't even talk to the team after?
Who? Sirianni?
No, really.
Yeah, I read that Hurts did it. Hurts addressed the team after, saying we need to take accountability and yeah. So,
Do you like that?
dude, he was fired up today, Sirianni.
Okay.
Like on the sideline, he's fired up. So, I if that's what he thinks is gonna, he's the one that gets paid millions of dollars to do this. So,
Yeah.
if he thinks that's the right thing,
I mean, last week he coached up. He was coaching Jalen Hard on the sidelines, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught that. And then the whole Kelsey last
Yeah.
week.
Well,
Like,
did you hear what the
freaking out.
Kelsey thing was and why he was freaking out?
No, I didn't.
It's something that we've talked about on the show. He said because he said it on the New Heights podcast that him and Travis do, that he was so frustrated with the red zone offense. He said the play calling was
Yeah.
so bad. He went over and the red zone. He was really, really pissed
I
off.
thought it was
that-
better today. Honestly,
I still didn't
I
love
went
it.
2 for 3.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know.
I don't give a shit. Do it as long as they get in.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I just think it was kind of sloppy the way they got in, but at least they get in. So
Yeah.
that's all that matters. But yeah, that was the reason Kelsey blew up last week.
I'm not gonna say I liked it. I just think it was better than the last few weeks,
That's fair.
or better than any other game this year because they're
Yeah.
not very good in the
Right.
red zone. So
Yep. Oh, you guys want to talk about something fun?
Not the Flyers, right?
Listen, the Flyers are 1-1. All right,
That is true.
they won a game.
And TK has what, 3 goals on the year?
Does he have 3 goals? He's been
Right.
pretty good. He's been
He
pretty
scored
good.
2 in the first game.
Look at you teaching me about hockey. Hold on, let me see how many goals
he does have 3.
Does he have 3? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at I listened to 97.5 The Fanatic when they
They talk
talk when they recap the day before. I'm like, all right, in my head to talk about on the show tonight.
I was gonna
The
say
Flyers won
talking hockey on Philly Sports Radio is, I'm pretty sure, is illegal. I don't think
it happens more than you think it does. It just doesn't happen a lot.
it's very rare, especially when they get rid
But
of
if
the
you
guys
don't listen
that
to
can
it,
talk.
how are you gonna tell? How are you gonna say that it does or doesn't happen though?
I
They
guess.
they definitely do talk about it. It just you have to get the right show.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, and I wasn't a big Hunter Brody fan, but like the problem is they get rid of the guys that care about
True.
hockey. Because they're just not really and they just don't really care about
Plus,
it much.
but it's also the idea that like the Flyers suck right now. Like
Sure.
when the Sixers suck, they never talked about the Sixers. The only team you're gonna get that they talk are the Flyers. I mean the Phillies and the Eagles because the Eagles are just number 1 in the city always, and the Phillies have 162 games, and in July they have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, but even the Phillies, like the days of 13, 14, 15, I don't know if they were talking about them all
Yeah,
that
they
much
were.
either.
Sure
Were
they
they?
were. Yeah.
maybe.
What are you going to talk about in July?
Yeah, no, I
In-
guess.
in
but-
June. Not because they want to. It's because they have to. It's there's nothing else going on.
Yeah.
Mike, I got
mean,
something
those-
that'll actually make you like. I know you like this whole topic. So they fire Hunter Brody, who talks about hockey a lot,
Yep.
and they brought on I think Tom Alford and
I don't
Ray
know who that
Dunn
is.
and Ray Dunn, who both talk a ton about the union. So
Oh,
the
that's probably
union,
why I didn't know who either of those guys were.
the union actually get a lot of airtime.
I'm sure they do. Because the Americans are dumb. I don't know. Really, Philly sports fans are dumb. I'll just say that. We're a dumb society.
Philly fans.
Yes, we're dumb.
Like I just think that hockey
It's the
is
fifth
gonna
sport in the
fall-
city.
It is.
It already
It's-
is.
Yeah. But I think the way that it works, because I'm just myself one, when the Flyers are good, it jumps from like 5 to 3.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe.
depending on what
We're
time
getting
of
echo
year.
somewhere.
Yeah, we are. I don't know where that's coming from.
Whoa, goers.
What's up?
Okay. Yeah, we're good there. But sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was saying when the Flyers are good, I think they jump from 5 to 3, depending on the season. Like
What do you mean they jumped from? Oh.
And then
I got you,
popularity.
I got you.
It's all about
Yeah, I got you.
popularity when they're good.
Absolutely.
I mean, it depends on how good or bad the other teams are. Because if like the Phillies are losing 100 games, the Flyers might be number 2 on that list.
But here's the thing, though. Whenever, aside from the Eagles, and like I said, the Phillies a little bit during the summer. If the Phillies are in the playoffs right now, and the Flyers are good, like they're talking about the Flyers.
Sure,
It's not like,
yeah,
like
that's fair.
in 2012, they talked about the Flyers when they were going to the playoffs. Like
Yeah.
08, when they went to the Eastern Conference, they're talking about the Flyers.
Sure.
It's just the Flyers suck right now.
Yeah.
It's the same. They never talked to Sixers during the process.
I don't know if that's true.
Maybe because of Embiid, but that's about it. That's about it.
No, and I think because Hinkie was such a polarizing figure, I think they talked about him a decent amount.
I disagree with that, but
No.
yeah, I think they
Yeah.
talked more about Colangelo than they did in Hinkie.
yeah, but
You
but
think
they
so?
were, they were in the playoffs
Yeah.
every year with
Yeah,
Colangelo.
Colangelo. The idea of getting Colangelo was to kind of fix the wrongs of Hinkie. So people, I mean, that they were talking about him more because his job was to come in and try to win. But
I mean, but it's also a talking point when the Sixers lose 10 games or win 10 games for the year. You know, and that is a talking point, not a good one. But they talk
Right.
just as much about the Flyers right now than they did when the Sixers were horrible.
yeah, that's fair.
Dude, that just brought me back like deja vu because I specifically remember being in college and like Bleacher Report had just become like a thing.
Yeah.
And like you could pick your teams like to get the scores as soon as the games went. And I remember like Sixers. Why in the world would I ever want to know the final score of those games?
Yeah.
You could get into the building for like $3.
Yeah. Who's their leading scorer that year, Dom? 2014.
Which year? 2014?
Was Corver still there? Or is-
No. Corver left in like 07.
Okay. Shows how much I know.
2014,
Michael
their
Carter
leading
Williams?
scorer. I don't think so. It
When was he drafted?
probably
2012, 2013,
2013, I think.
13?
Either 13 or 14.
Was Covington here in 14?
No.
No, 15, I think, was his first year.
The Eagles did suck today. I agree, Christopher.
I'm going to guess 2014, the leading scorer was probably... Fuck, who was on that 2014? Evan Turner, maybe? Was Evan Turner still on the team in 2014? Thad Young was traded at the deadline in 14, I think it was.
I could look this up. Hold on.
Wait, who? I want to guess. It was Swaggy P, I guess. I'm guessing it was him.
No, he was only here for a year, and that was after, wasn't it?
I thought it was around that time.
Or maybe it was. I don't think he was a starter, though.
No?
No, I was just having this conversation with somebody like last week about the process Sixers and how I thought Tony Roten was like so good. But he just
What do you
couldn't stay
want?
healthy. He
What do you
was
want,
really
points-
good.
What do you want? Points per game?
Yeah.
Points per game. So the first guy on the list only started 15 games. Does that count?
No, I would say anybody over like 60 or like 55, 60.
They don't have many guys that started over that many.
Do minutes. I'm sorry. Do minutes.
Okay.
Who led the team in minutes?
Who led the team in minutes? Michael Carter Williams, 33.9.
Okay. Who's next? Who give me like the top 5?
Nerlens Noel, Tony Roten, Luke. I don't even know how the fuck you say that name. Baamout, but I don't know how to say that. Never heard of this guy.
Luke Mbadamute or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, I guess. 28.6. Tim Frazier, Robert Covington was on the team.
Okay.
27.9. That's your top 6. Ish Smith.
Jeremy Grant on the team.
He was averaged 21 minutes.
I thought Tony Roten was going to be a nice NBA player, like a bench player, nice bench player. If he could have just stayed healthy, that was his issue.
He only played 15. He only started 15 games, but he averaged 16.9 points. He was at the point.
He was the leading scorer.
He was the leading scorer. Yep. 16.9. And I guess game started is misleading because you can come off the bench. I guess. He played
as a starter.
Yeah, I mean he averaged 29.8 minutes. So he had a decent.
Yeah, but he
role.
averaged 29 minutes in 15 games. It's not.
Well, it's 15 games started. He could have came off the bench in a bunch.
Oh! I thought you meant he played 15 games.
No.
I got you.
He played 30. He played 30 games. All right, so
Yeah.
he played 30 games. Noel played 75 games.
Who was
Average-
next?
In games?
Points.
Points was I think MCW.
Okay.
Yep, 15 points a game. Then Robert Covington was third. Isaiah Cannon. That's not how you spell Cannon, but okay. 12.6. Canaan is not Cannon. It's Cannon. Ish Smith, 12 points a game. That's your top 5 scorers right there.
Solid.
Yeah, dude, that was a good team.
Won 18 games that year.
So
The
the
2015 was the 10.
2015 was 10
Yes.
and 72.
yes.
So if you want the lead scorer to that, all right, okay. I feel like you could get the name.
Jahlil Okafor.
Correct. It is Jahlil
Yeah.
Okafor, 17.5.
The reason Tony Roten came up was because I was telling somebody, I've only been to 3 Sixers games probably since 2014, and one of them Mike went with me that we saw the Sixers get absolutely manhandled by Boston. We sat in a suite.
That was what 2 years ago.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, it was when right when they trade. Remember Harden was on the bench. It was when they trade. It was like they traded from like 2 days before. It was his first game as a Sixer, but he didn't play. He wore that like goofy like jacket.
Awful.
Yeah.
So got no style, that guy.
I guess it was 2014 or 15. Tony Roten, dude, he had like a 40-point game. He was going insane. They played Orlando. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was saying 2014, he averaged, what did I say, almost 17 points a game. And then 2015, the next season, 8.4. Talk about a fall from grace.
How many games did he play?
He only played 8.
Yeah, he couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah.
So dude, Tony Roten threw up an alley-oop pass at the fucking half court. Like, he looked like Iverson in 01. Like, it was just he was just magic. And they're down. The Sixers are up, I think, by 2, and they inbound. The 3 seconds left. Orlando inbounds the ball. They get at half court and they hit the shot 3 to win. Orlando. I'm like, damn, nice. Tony Roten just put up 40 and like they lost.
I didn't realize
how much did that Tony Roten jersey cost you at that time?
Man,
did you buy it?
Thought about it. I sat in a box for that one too at that half court. They were actually really good seats.
Dude, I didn't realize Elton Brand played until like 15, 16. I didn't realize he was still in the league at that point.
Remember, like, you know how like back in the day, like baseball, like there were like pitchers, like there were like players and managers at the same time. That's like Elton Brand. Yeah, that's like Elton Brand.
Got kicked out of baseball.
Yep. 2014, 2015, 2016 Sixers.
I didn't. How many people had talking about the process Sixers on their bingo cards for tonight's discussion?
Right, the Eagles
I
lost,
certainly didn't.
And the Phillies are heading to the NLCS. Let's go into the NLCS now. let's just talk about some fun stuff.
You don't want to talk about Ish Smith and Isaiah Cannon and
Canaan. He doesn't know how to spell
Nerlens Noel and
Batamute.
Yeah, and Batamute and your son Ilyasova.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, your son. That was post process, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It was. I think it was Embiid's rookie year, but
no. Your son.
Yeah, I think he was here for like two years. I think he was here.
Was he?
Yeah, I think he was here right before Embiid started, and then Embiid's rookie year. Irsan held the record for most consecutive threes in a game.
That's Philly
So-
over there too.
What was
Yeah.
the other white dude everybody loved that was here?
Malinelli.
TJ McConnell.
McConnell's the guy I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Yeah.
McConnell.
I was gonna say Nick Stauskas, but nobody liked Nick Stauskas. Nick
It was
Stauskas.
It was McConnell. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
loves Sauce Castillo.
I don't even know who that is.
That's
Nick Stauskas.
Oh, okay.
I saw
Sure.
him walking on Broad Street. Like, I don't know, maybe like in February, like around the Super Bowl. It was him and his whole family wearing like Eagle shit. Dude, he's like we saw this like tall white dude just walking down the street, and we were like you know how like we're watching TV and like they don't look that big, but like if you see them in person, you're like holy shit, like this guy sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
He was walking down Broad Street with people that were like 6 feet smaller than him, and we're like, is that Nick Stauskas? And we looked up what his wife looked like, and it was the same person.
Yep.
So just
All right.
randomly, just walking
and
down the
he
street.
got your autograph.
He did. He said, "Oh shit, that's a different Fired Up."
So all right, can we talk about the Phillies? I
Yeah,
don't
Mike
care about the
really
Phillies
wants to
anymore.
get away from the process. Sixers.
Yeah. I don't care about the Sixers when they're good, let alone when they win 10 games. So they beat the Braves for the second time for the second year in a row, which is nice. The Braves are. I know we talked about it last week. Such an unlikable team. It was nice to get the win. I mean, it was stressful, especially game 4. But yeah, I mean, how are we feeling? Good vibes.
Back-to-back years, send me the clinchers because
There you go.
I'm 2-0 in clinching games.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you ask any Braves fan, anybody, any of the players, it's everybody else's fault except their own.
Yep.
They blame what the
reporters. Yep.
They blame Bryce Harper. They
blame the bye.
They blame the thing that they're
playoff
gifted.
format.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
The rest.
Yep.
What else do they blame? They blame fans. They blame everybody but themselves.
Yep.
Everybody
what
but
they do.
themselves.
Yep.
So
The only person that didn't do that and that actually took accountability,
the manager.
and he was actually pretty damn good. He gave up a couple home runs in Game 4, but Spencer Strider, I thought, had some really good answers after the game. And I
thought
Spencer
the manager too. I thought both of them, him and the manager,
Yeah.
both said like we have to adjust.
Yep.
You know who didn't say much the whole series? Like you didn't really hear from Matt Olson, and he was quiet.
He stunk. He
was-
stunk.
Yeah, he wasn't
Quiet.
great.
And like to lead the league in home runs and just like not have anything. Like I don't even think he had an RBI.
Did he even have a hit? He
He
had one hit. It was an infield hit.
Looking
Yeah, it
it up
was.
now.
It was against Nola. It was
In-
that little
in- yeah,
dude.
yep. You have the guy who's probably going to win the MVP. Didn't do shit. Hit a couple hits.
Acuna
Hit a couple
did,
hits.
Yeah, and he scored a couple runs. Like he
Yeah,
was
but not
no-
off of anything that
He
he
had-
did.
He had 4 hits, Holson.
did he?
Okay.
He had 1 hit in every game.
But it goes back to like last year though. It's like what they did against the Cardinals last year. They made sure that the Stars didn't do anything. Then the Braves last year, they made sure the Stars didn't do anything. Then against the Padres, Machado had a home run and that was it. Like made sure the Stars didn't do anything. And now they're kind of doing the same thing this year. I know Chisholm isn't like a star, but he's their best player, the Marlins. He didn't do shit this series. Like Acuna had a couple hits, Olsen had a couple hits, but like nobody. Riley's like the only one that burned you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I mean,
And when you have a lot-
Darno had a great hit, and even Darno said after the game, like Wheeler made one mistake the entire game,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I happened to be up.
He was
and
damn
I
near
happened to
perfect.
hit.
He
Yeah.
was damn near perfect that game. Like I'm not even. Listen, it sucked that was the pitch that he threw and that he smacked it 7,000 yards. But I can't even be mad at Wheeler for that game.
Yeah.
Because he was just so great.
But it's just I've been saying this. I don't think I said it on last week's show, but like this Braves team is not the same Braves team that won 2 years ago.
There's like 4 players on it.
Olsen wasn't on that team. Acuna didn't play.
He was hurt.
Murphy.
Spencer Strider was a rookie. He didn't play. Murphy wasn't on the team. Like it was just like I think it was we talked about this. It was Albies. It was Fried. It was Riley and
It was an
one or two other
infielder.
players.
I think
Yeah,
it was an infielder.
Arcia, and he didn't even play. He was on the bench.
Was it Arcia?
Arcia
Yeah,
was
Arcia
on that
was
team,
there.
but he was a bench player.
Okay.
Dude, what about Arcia going at it with the fans?
Yeah. That's the thing.
that's-
That's the thing. I'm watching the game. Riley hits the home run. They go up 1-0, and I turn to my wife, who my wife is very much into, the Phillies right now. And I say to her, like, if you saw Riley running down the third base line coming home, and you see in the background Arcia, Acuna, and Albies, and they're sitting there like it's the time of their lives. It's an elimination game, number one. Number two, that's the first hit of the fucking game for you guys. You're sitting here like you just and that was when he turned around and started banter with the fans. I don't know. This is why they're losers. Like, this is why they're losers.
Yep. And I think I said it last week within the show is that I wasn't really afraid of the Phillies losing the series because I was so confident that the Braves are just losers. Like, they were always going to lose because they're just full of losers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the heroes that won them the World Series 2 years ago is Freddie Freeman. He's not on the team.
Nope.
Soler is not on the team. There was another guy that I was thinking of. Dansby Swanson, not on the team. Like, you know, it's great that you can win 104 games, you know, but the lights are different in the playoffs, man. They are. They really, really are.
Totally.
So,
I thought, I mean, other than a couple hiccups with the bullpen, I mean, Hoffman gave up, a lead at one point. I think it was game 3. Alvarado and Kimbrel looked a little shaky game 4. Other than those couple instances, I thought pitching, especially starting pitching, looked phenomenal against the Braves.
Yeah, for the most part. I'm trying to see what games, because I think Hoffman was game 3.
Hoffman was game 3.
Game 2.
He only
Game
pitched
2.
in game 2.
Was it game 2? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was game 3. Okay, game 2. Then I had that backwards. It was the Wheeler game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was game 2.
The only game he pitched in.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, that's what I meant.
And
I thought game 4, the way he managed the bullpen was a little weird.
it was
But
very
it goes.
Having Alvarado,
but
and Kimbrel go 7, 8, and 8 or whatever it was, or 6, 7.
Well,
whatever,
I'm
yeah.
fine with Kimbrel going where he was. I think you need your best reliever in the most high leverage situation. Like,
Sure.
But I don't know. I just like
went from
but it
Ranger-
goes back to last year. What'd you say?
He went from Ranger to Sir Anthony. Like,
Yes.
that one came out after Ranger.
But Sir Anthony. But that's the thing. Like, Sir Anthony's being put into positions. When he pitched against Miami, he pitched in game 1 against Atlanta, I think it was. You're kind of pitching him in spots where you have a little bit of a lead, I guess,
Yeah,
and like you're
low
trying to give him
leverage, yeah.
confidence. You're trying to give him confidence when you need him high leverage situations. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. It kind of goes back to last year, it was we talked about this last year, like how many times we've said, like, what is he doing? Like, especially in the World Series or in the playoffs, like, what is he doing? Like, and it just always worked out.
I
just
hated every
kept
move he made
working out.
last year, and it kept working
And it
out,
just kept working out. And
Yep.
I feel like this year it's like we're sitting here like, what is he doing? What is it? And it just keeps working out.
Yep.
So maybe we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yep. I don't question him anymore. When he
Yeah.
does it, when he makes the moves I don't agree with, I don't question him. I'm like, all right, we'll see if it works. Because for whatever reason, more often than not, they get results.
Sure.
And it was nice to see in this series him give Ranger a little bit of a leash because he pulled him early in the Miami game, and he was very pissed off. You could tell.
No, the game 1, you mean, against the Braves.
Was that game 1?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then he went. Okay, then game 4 he let him go. Right.
Right.
Let him-
Yep.
Yeah. So that was nice to see.
You guys want to hear I don't know if they show this at home, but when the Phillies bring Kimbrel in, like, the lights go out
Mhm.
and like they start like flickering on and off like throughout the stadium. Do they show that at home?
They have before. I don't think they did it this time.
So he comes out to Welcome to the Jungle, right?
Yep.
And dude, 9th inning comes about, and they bring Strom in, and they got the same lights going on and off, and they got like this country song playing. I'm like, come on, like, you can't come out to this,
Right.
Like, where's Hell's Bells? Where's something
For
like,
those about to rock, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, whatever works. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Whatever works.
Whatever fires you up, I'm,
dude, Strom.
I hear you.
I didn't hate Strom in that spot.
I did.
I like Strom there.
The reason
No,
I
I
liked him in that spot is the 2 innings prior, right? The 2 pitches prior, I forget exactly how the inning shook out. Alvarado and Kimbrel couldn't throw a strike to save their lives. The Braves weren't hitting that well. That's all Strom does is just pepper the strike zone. Just have somebody pepper the strike zone, and you get results.
Nah, I didn't like it. I'm not too crazy.
Who else would
I'm
you have gone though?
I would have gone differently earlier on.
Well, sure, but at that point,
That's what
you
I'm
have
saying.
You have who you have though. At that point,
Right. No, I mean, he was the best option at that point. I just don't like him getting to that point. That's all.
Do you think we'll get to
I don't want to see him anywhere past the 7th inning.
Sure, and I don't disagree with that. But do you think we'll get to some point where they trust Kerkering more in those situations, or do you think he's just too new that they don't want to put him in those super high leverage spots?
I mean, I think you're still going to see him the 6th, 7th,
Yeah.
in that middle. I don't think, It really matters how it plays out. Like,
Sure.
they're going to try to keep Alvarado as late as they possibly can, but
Alvarado Kimbrel's 8-9. I mean, that's what they want to do.
they want to do that, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't always work out that way. So
No, because at that point when he brings him in, I forget if it was the 6th or the 7th. When he brings Alvarado in,
Alvarado came in.
was it the 6th? And then Kimbrel was the 7th, I
6th.
believe. Yeah.
No,
so
Alvarado
so
came in-
Alvarado-
came in at the end. He came in. Pitt got 1 out on Olsen, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
That
flipped
was-
into the next inning.
and got 2.
Got 2. Yep.
So
Yeah,
it
that's
went
what
it
it
went
was, yeah.
Suarez 5, Dominguez got 2, 2 with in the 6th. He got 2 out, 2/3, and then Alvarado came in, got an out, and then came out in the 7th. and got 2
Yeah,
outs.
So at that point
Then
though, if,
walked 2
And then Kimbrel came in and
and
pitched.
walked 1.
at
and
that
then-
point
Yeah.
if you're Thompson though, like you don't know what our situation is going to be in the 9th. We might not have a lead where we could use Kimbrel anyway. Let's use Alvarado Kimbrel now, and we'll worry about when we have a lead later in the game. We'll worry about that when we have to worry about it. I guess was kind of his thought process there.
Yeah, I don't know. I get it. You put in Alvarado at the high leverage situations. I get that.
And at that point,
I
that
don't
was
know.
the highest leverage spot of
Sure.
the game. So.
Sure. I just
You
don't
know
like
what I don't
Strom in the 9th.
understand? I don't understand Taiwan Walker not being out at least in the bullpen, like in case of emergency. Like, why is he sitting in the dugout? Like, is there a limit to how much you can have out there?
I don't know
Like,
if there's a limit. I just don't think I think they have a lot of other arms they trust more. At least in high leverage spots. Like I think you'll probably see him. You'll probably see Walker at some point in this series. I think
I think
maybe
he's
game
in
4.
Yeah.
Game 4, maybe give him 3 innings or so, see how he does, and go to a bullpen game after that, maybe. But I think you'll see him game 4. But then you're talking about how much. I mean, he hasn't pitched in a while. I mean, how much rust is there?
And Sanchez, like if you're thinking about Sanchez too.
Well, that's what we saw with Falter last year. It's like Falter was great down the stretch, and then didn't pitch for 2 weeks. Came in, I want to say the World Series against the Astros, got lit up. So,
I don't know if Walker pitches.
you don't think so?
You don't think so?
Monday you get Wheeler.
Yep.
Tuesday you get Nola.
Yep.
Wednesday you're off. That's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Rangers game 3, so that's the 4th day, and then Wheeler would be the 5th day. You can go back to
Do
Wheeler.
you think they go Wheeler again?
They did it last year.
Yeah, but do they want to burn his arm going into the World Series?
Well, it depends on if you're down, if you're
Yeah,
up. Like
cool. That all-
situation matters because you can't
Right.
be
You got to
counting
get
your
there
kids.
first.
Yeah, exactly. You can't
Like, if
be
you're
counting
up
your kids
3,
really.
if you're up 3-0 at
I
that
just
point,
butchered that saying. Sorry, go ahead.
if you're up 3-0 at that point, you probably go Walker, right?
No.
If you're up
I
3-0, well,
I go Wheeler.
if you're up 3-0, I probably go Walker
Nah.
because if you do win that game, like with Walker, and obviously it's a big if, and you could have Wheeler for a game 1 against either Houston.
The World
or
Series doesn't start for like another week though.
Is it that long of a layout?
Almost.
Is it?
Especially if you're
Well,
winning
yeah, I guess
4.
if you're winning a 4 and the other series goes long, I guess. What is going on in that game? I forgot to turn that on.
It's 2-0.
2-0.
Houston,
Texas.
Texas,
No.
really?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Bottom
There's-
5, 2 outs.
dude, they are smoking the ball too.
Yeah. Everybody hits.
Yep, they do.
Their 8-9 hitters are like hit like almost like 330 together. Josh Young and Tavares.
Yeah, Tavares just hit a shot.
Yeah.
What channel are they on?
It's Fox.
Fox,
Same as
yeah.
the they came right on right after the Eagles game.
Okay, that's right. It did. I saw that. Okay. I'll have to turn it on.
A really crazy thing is that the Astros are the home field advantage
Yep.
for this ALCS. If
Yep.
the Phillies play the Astros in the World Series, the Phillies are home.
Correct.
But if they play Texas, they're away.
How does that work though?
It's a tie. They all have the same record, but the Phillies have the tiebreaker. I forget what the tiebreaker is. The Phillies have the tiebreaker over Houston,
Right.
and Texas has the tiebreaker over Philly.
But that was my question. What's the tiebreaker?
I don't know. I don't have that information.
I think it's head-to-head play.
Okay.
Is it head to head?
What if? But did the Phillies split with the Rangers? Didn't they play?
No, they just got swept by the Rangers to begin the season.
I thought they. Okay. All right. For some reason I thought it was 2-2. I thought they played 2 here and 2 there.
No, they got swept. I
gotcha.
think
If the two teams have the same regular season win percentage, the tiebreaker is head to head. So they must. I don't know what the head to head is against them.
it's just
Yeah,
crazy
they got
to
swept.
me because
Yeah.
Houston is home now. Like they have the advantage now, but then if they played us, it's just very weird. But
Yeah. You can say the same thing about the Phillies though. The Phillies have the home advantage right now, and then if we play the Rangers, we don't.
yeah, I know it's just really weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, they played Texas March 30th, April 1st, and April 2nd.
Yeah. To start the season.
The first game they lost 11-7. The second game they lost 16-3, and then the third game they lost 2-1. 16-3 is an ass kicking.
Why? So why is football the only sport that reseeds?
I don't get it because like you look at honestly the Phillies shouldn't really had to play the Braves next. Like it should have been Atlanta, Arizona. Like I agree. They reseed.
What like if
Hockey doesn't do it, basketball it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, if you're the like I'd be pissed off if I was the Braves.
Right, because they should have had to play
Arizona. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's another thing for them to blame.
Right.
The seeding.
Never mind. I take that back. I don't. I like it.
Right. But no, I agree. It doesn't make any sense. So why not reseed?
Yeah.
It makes the most sense. But again, hockey or basketball don't do it either. It's really just football.
Football.
All right, so you play the Diamondbacks, young team. How are we feeling? I mean, I think lineup wise, I think the Phillies blow them out of the water. I know the Arizona's hitting right now.
They're hot. Yeah.
They're hot. I get it, but like just
I don't disagree.
Position by position, I don't think it's close.
No, I don't disagree with you. I don't think it's going to be as easy as people think it's going to. I'm not
I
saying
agree
you.
with that.
I'm not saying you. I just don't think people aren't like. I think people are just going to think like it's just going to be over in 4 or 5, and we're just going to roll right to the World Series. And I hope the Phillies don't feel that way because the minute you feel that way, it's over.
And I don't think they do feel that way because I think they're locked in. I really do.
For sure. So they just it's nice to have home field though.
Yeah, it is for sure
In a 7-game series, especially.
Yep. So I forget how baseball does it. It's 2-3-2 or 2-2-1-1-1.
Nope, 2-3-2.
Okay.
Yep.
So if it does go deep, those games will be at the bank, which is nice.
Yep. But yeah, I think I told you guys at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the baseball year, like, dude, Christian Walker might be a guy that we could, after Reese got hurt, that we could maybe keep our eye on, and he kills it, man. He, Gold Glove first baseman. He was hot in this past series. Who else is on that team?
So
Zach Gallen.
Real quick, to cut you
was an
off.
all-star. Yeah.
Real quick, you mentioned his name. If he's healthy enough and ready to go, at any point in this series, do you bring in Reese?
Where's he gonna play though?
That's the big question.
He's got a DH, right?
Right, but then you put Schwarber in the outfield,
Right.
which I don't want to do.
Which
and Schwarber
I'm the
hasn't
opposite.
been good either, to be honest.
Yeah, no, but I don't think it's as bad as people. I mean, he's bad, but I don't.
He might be the worst left fielder in the
Listen,
league.
let me finish. Let me
Go
finish.
ahead. Okay, go ahead.
I don't disagree. He's really bad, but if it makes your team better, I don't think it's that. I don't know if it does make your team better, but I'm just saying, I don't hate it as much as other people do.
Okay, say you have to push Schwarber in left field. Are you taking Marsh out of the lineup,
Yeah, I think you have to.
or are you putting Marsh in center and taking Pasha out of the lineup?
I think you have to take Marsh out.
Okay.
But that's the thing is like Reese, like there's a reason there's spring training because you takes a month to fucking
Sure,
get
absolutely.
hot. Like, you know what I mean? So like,
Yep.
I really think if Reese comes back, he's a pinch hitter.
I agree.
I agree.
He's
I
a
agree.
pinch hitter.
I wouldn't start him. I just think there's two.
Is that the first time all three of us agree on something?
It might
Ever?
be. It might be. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that everybody's like would want that to be the storybook. Like,
Sure.
oh, he can come in, but I don't think.
Especially
it's a
because
good
he's
move.
probably gone at the end of the year too. Like, it'd be a
Is he,
perfect.
though?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Is
We're,
he,
again,
though?
we're having the same conversation now. Where do you play him?
I think there's a problem, and I don't want to look into the offseason yet.
Sure. Yeah. It's yeah.
But I think there's a discussion to be made that like there's a problem either way.
What do you mean?
'Cause so let's say Harper stays at first,
Yep.
and so then I guess that means Hoskins is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have, I guess you wouldn't have the problem. But
So
let's say if they bring in another first baseman, it's
I don't think they do.
then you have that log.
I think you use the 15 to 20 million that Reese will cost you, because I think he's making like 16, right? Something like that. So use whatever the 15, 20 million that he'll cost you and put it towards an arm. Put it towards
Then who
the
plays
starter.
first?
Harper. Harper's your first
Yeah,
baseman.
I don't know. I don't know if I like that though.
But
Do
where do
you-
you put Harper? Like, there's too much of a logjam in the outfield.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's a problem in the outfield. Then
That's
there's
why I
just
think
so many
Harper's our first
times-
baseman next year.
I think they're gonna trade Marsh.
They'd have to if they're going to put Harper in the outfield.
But even if you trade Marsh, like, what do you do? I mean, I guess you move Castellanos to left field, Schwarber to DH,
Yes.
Harper and right.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Then
There's
you'd
al-
have
I
to
don't.
get
I don't
first
hate
baseman.
that. Then if that's what they do, then I don't hate that.
I also have a suggestion that I've been thinking about recently.
Okay.
Why not Reese back in left field?
No.
Yeah.
Is he
I'd
worse?
rather have Schwarber.
He's worse than Schwarber?
No, he's not
way.
worse than Schwarber.
I-
He's
well,
not. He's not worse than Schwarber, but he's not much better.
Yeah. I don't know.
I just
I mean,
like
if you-
his bat.
First base isn't that hard of a position. And he's dreadful there. I don't want him in the. I don't want him in the outfield.
I mean,
But
like,
I don't know. You could teach reading balls in the
Yeah,
outfield
no, I
rather
get
than
it.
a quick liner at you, and you have
But
to
he's
make a,
he's probably more athletic and can move a little quicker than Schwarber. But he's also not like a quick
right? He's
guy.
not.
Like,
he's not much better.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's better than Schwarber, but he's not much better.
and I don't think that. I think that
At that point, I'd rather just put Schwarber in left and make Reese DH.
but Schwarber runs like Ted.
I got you. I don't know. I don't know.
But listen, this is all conversation to have in the offseason.
Yes.
I was just saying I think that we are extra hard on Reese at first because of the two errors he made last year in the World
They
Series.
seem to come at big parts of the game.
I know, but I feel like throughout the season he wasn't that bad. I feel like he was like
Maybe. I mean,
I'd have to
maybe
look.
because they're not magnified.
Right.
We don't
Yeah.
realize it.
Yeah. 162 games. You're not keeping a close eye on every single game.
that's all I got to say on Reese.
I got you.
You're a big Reese guy. I
I
get
wish
it.
there was. I wish there
I am
was
a
a way
big
they
Reese
could keep
guy.
him where it would work out where he could be the DH. But it's because I would take him as my DH, but it gives you 30 homers every year. But
And
it's
he endured those bad years too. Like he
yeah,
was
for
the
sure. And he's one of the leaders on this team. I wish there was a way to keep him. I just don't. Other than him playing first base, I just don't know that it works. So
Right.
I don't know.
And last year, he committed 12 errors in the season. I mean, that's a lot in one season for a first baseman to make.
Yeah, but how many of those errors are on a throwing error? That like
It doesn't say, but it's,
it doesn't count on throwing error. Throwing errors.
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah, so like the
Okay.
Trey Turner one that he threw and Harper couldn't pick out of the dirt. That's on Turner. That's not on Hoskins. What was it? Game 2 with
Yeah.
the 2 errors. That was
Yep.
one of the errors.
Yep.
Or no, it wasn't. I'm sorry. It was a home game. I forget which home game it was, but
He made 2 errors in that game, though.
in game 2 he did. But that not the one that the one that I'm talking about was at home.
Where does the 12 errors rank that year, Mike? Like, did it give you a rank?
I just have Reese's stats up, but I could probably find
no,
that for
that's
you.
fine. I don't want to.
No, fuck him. Let him do it.
Okay.
Let him work.
And the national media is putting a lot of attention on Corbin Carroll.
He's a nice player, man.
He
I
is.
just, but I hate him now. Like,
Yeah, me too.
because of like the national media, like, just like,
Yeah. But they do that with everybody though. Like I'm sure like they're doing it with Harper too. It's
But Harper is.
I gotcha. No, I gotcha.
Did you guys hear what Arizona was doing the past 2 days?
So real quick before you get into that, I don't have how far down Reese is, but he's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, he's not in the top 9. Javi Baez had 26. Bichette in Toronto at 23. The next couple guys 19, and then 17, 5 through 9. So he wasn't probably in the top 15 or so.
Yeah, but those guys get more balls hit to
Yeah.
them than
True. Yeah,
than
a lot of
Hoskins.
those guys were
Right.
shortstops. Like
Chris, what you were talking about, I did hear it. I
sorry,
think
go
it's
ahead.
fucking
Go ahead,
hilarious.
Chris. Go ahead.
Did you hear that Arizona is pumping noise into their stadium while they practice
Yes, I did.
in order to try and simulate?
I feel like we
citizens?
hear about that a lot, like in other sports. I don't know if we've really heard it in baseball, but like football, I feel like does that a lot.
Yeah, they do that but they do that at practice, but not in their stadium. Like they're
Yeah.
like they said like it was so loud that you could like hear it down the street that what they were trying to do
Really.
for Citizens Bank Park. And my brother was like, yeah, it's one thing like to just have noise playing, but when like somebody's telling you that they're going to like they're
Kill
like
your
they're
entire
flipping you
family.
off,
Yeah.
Yeah, when a 7-year-old saying, yeah.
Yeah, 7-year-old flipping you double birds, like
like it's different.
sure, totally. I mean, we've seen the last couple years just how big, and I think a lot of times the term home field advantage and the crowd, I think, is overblown. I don't think that's the case when it comes to Citizens Bank Park in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think it's that crazy.
This is the first time Evan Longoria is going to be in a LCS since 2008.
I
Really?
read that
Yep.
when the Phillies ended his rookie year was 08.
Yep.
When the Phillies ended his run for a championship, and they said that it could be the same thing this year.
Yep.
This could be his last year in the Phillies.
That's
have a
crazy because then you have a team like Houston who's been there 7 straight years now or some shit.
They've been to the CS, yeah.
The CS,
He's-
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
LCS,
yeah. So
Yep.
that's crazy. Not since 08.
You guys want to
What's
hear?
he 38 now?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
You want to hear another crazy thing? That's halftime and the Giants are beating the Bills 6-0.
Are they really?
Sure are, and they were just about to
Jesus.
score too. They were on the 1.
The NFL doesn't make sense.
Vegas is.
It was a weird week. Yeah, it was a weird
Vegas-
week.
Vegas is killing it.
Doesn't make sense.
At least Saquon's
Sorry.
back for my
Yeah,
fantasy
sorry.
team.
Didn't mean to like get us
Yeah.
off topic, but
I going back to the Arizona thing. Like, I just, I think the Phillies can win and they will win. It's just, I don't think it's gonna like they're just like the Phillies are right now. They're locked in and they're hot. So
their bullpen is not as good as Philly.
no, absolutely. Neither was Atlanta. So
Yeah,
I don't disagree. But
We're I don't even know that it's an edge. I think we're the closest they are. I think is pitching. Like they have Gallen and Kelly.
Kelly.
Who's probably right around Wheeler Nola. But I do think Rangers a better 3 than I forget the guy's name.
I'm looking it up right now.
How you pronounce his name?
Who's
He's got some
pitching
weird.
one?
He's got some weird spelling in his name. I forget how to pronounce it.
So it's Wheeler and Gallen in game 1.
Yep.
Kelly and Nola in game 2.
Yep.
And then game 3 would probably be, they don't have anything. Yeah.
It's begins with like a P or some shit. I forget their hold on. I'll look this up here.
I got it right here. Pafad or yeah.
Sure, you said that right. I'm sure.
Pafad. Fat.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm sure
so.
there's some kind of silent.
It's probably fat. It's probably fat.
Yeah.
But the P's probably silent.
PFAADT.
Yeah, I think he's their third guy that they're gonna throw out there.
No, they yeah, I don't know.
And he this season has a 5.72 ERA.
Nice.
I mean, that's pretty hittable. But a 3.86 in the postseason so far.
How much has he pitched in the postseason though?
2 games,
Okay.
but only 7 innings. So
Did you see what Zach Allen was talking about coming back here?
Yeah, he's from here,
no,
right?
he's from
Jersey.
Summer. He's from
Jersey,
Summerdale,
right?
New Jersey. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
5 or 10 minute drive from my house. That town. So
Yeah, he went to Bishop Eustace.
yep.
Yeah, I wish nothing but bad things on him.
I wish nothing but him to be a Phillies pitcher one day. So
What's his contract
Until
like?
that
Can he
He's
come
young.
anytime soon? He's 28 years
Nah.
old. Yeah, so
how old is he?
28.
Oh, is he that old?
Yep. He's been around for a little while.
I thought he was only around like 3-4 years. I guess that makes sense.
This is his
2019
This is his 4th year in Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
No, Yeah.
At least, yeah, right?
No,
it says Miami Marlins 2019, Arizona 2019 to present.
Right. Okay.
He was in the Alcantara trade. No. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
I got it right here. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go. You do it.
He was traded to Arizona for Jazz Chisholm in 2019.
Oh, Chisholm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it? Hit.
Well, so originally, hold on, because you were kind of right. Originally, he got drafted by St. Louis,
Cardinals?
signed a contract with them. Then he was traded to Miami.
Miami.
For Sandy Alcantara or Alcantara, however the fuck you pronounce his name.
wait.
Yeah.
He was traded.
He was drafted by St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis traded him to Miami.
I'm sorry. He was
With
he was
Alcantara.
traded with Alcantara.
Okay.
Yes, my
okay.
bad.
I'm like that.
My
didn't
bad,
make
my
any
bad, my bad.
sense 'cause-
No, my bad. Listen, I'm on Spot Track right now. They're Spot Track, however you pronounce their site, and their font's like this big. So I'm like trying
And
to
then,
sit here and squint.
yeah,
and
they were
read it.
traded together. So if you look at St. Louis's like prospects they've traded in the last like 5 years, they'd probably be the best team in the league if they just kept all of them.
Dude. So they traded Alcantara and Gallon and Daniel Castano for Marcelo Zuna.
Yeah,
All those guys
then-
for Ozuna.
yeah. And then they had the two Garcia, I think it is, for Texas. That's in right field. They had him and the outfielder
Rosarina.
Rosarina. Yeah.
Yep.
They had those two guys. They're like best friends.
Yep.
And then they had a couple other guys that they traded. All that for a wild card loss last year and being one of the worst teams in baseball this year.
Yep.
But it's so weird because like I don't hate the Cardinals, but this is like the first time that the Phillies are playing a team in the last 2 years that I don't hate or dislike.
Yeah, but you're gonna learn to.
No, for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But like the Marlins I hated before and after, the Braves I hated before and after, the Padres I hated before and after. Like even if Arizona beats us, I'm gonna hate them. But like, you know,
You're gonna find the new player to hate, I'm sure.
for this series, yeah. Like
Yeah.
after the series,
I
I'm not
picked
gonna
Corbin
care.
Carroll, so.
You picked Corbin Carroll already
You hate Carroll already, you said?
Yep.
Why
Sure.
why do you hate Corbin Carroll?
because he's going against the Phillies.
Oh, I thought there was like something.
No. I called dibs on him.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me find the roster and see if there's anybody that I can kind of
Marte.
Yeah, Marte's kind of annoying, right?
I'm gonna hate Evan Longoria this series. I know it.
You can't hate Evan Longoria.
yeah,
He's
why
batting
not? Fuck him.
He's been like
Fuck him.
176.
No.
Does he even start there?
Yeah.
He starts.
Sure does.
Dude,
Is he really
Evan-
hitting that bad?
Yeah,
In
dude.
the postseason so far, he's 167.
Yeah, you can't hate him.
Yeah, I can.
Dude, that's
But like
that's like somebody hating Rojas.
or Schwarber.
Well, he makes great defensive plays, just like Longoria is going to make great defensive plays. I'm sure the Braves hate Rojas right now for making that catch.
Right now, I'll take 167 out of Schwarber.
Yeah, I would too over Longo.
This is where Schwarber hits 400 in this series.
Listen, I think Tommy Pham's probably fairly easy to hate.
I don't hate him.
Yeah.
I don't hate him.
What's their all right? So what's their lineup again?
Hold on one second.
Who's their catcher?
Their catcher's Moreno, Gabriel Moreno.
Okay, he was good against the Dodgers. Who plays second?
Wait, hold on one second. I went off of it. Hold on.
Who plays third? Who plays shortstop?
Hold on.
Who plays left? Who plays center? Who plays right? Who's their pitcher? Yeah, who's their closer?
Hold on, relax. I don't have their actual lineup up right now. Hold on.
Who's on first?
Hold on.
What's on
All right.
second?
All right, I got it. So who do you want? Second base?
The whole team.
First. All right, so catcher
It's the whole team.
catcher Gabriel Moreno. First base Christian Walker.
Hate him.
Second base Ketel Marte.
Hate him.
Shortstop Gerardo Perdomo.
Hate him.
Third base Emmanuel Rivera. It says
Hate him.
I don't know if Longoria is playing.
I think
hold on.
Longoria's DH, isn't he?
Something's weird with this because it has Corbin Carroll on their bench, and I know he's not on their bench, so I'm confused. Let me look at. Hold on.
2019.
No.
Yeah.
No. This is 2023. I don't. You know what? I don't.
All right,
know.
here we go. All right.
Yeah. You have go ahead. I should have been more prepared.
Let's just look at their lineup from the other day.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Hold on. This is the lineup from the Sunday, October 1st, right? No. Why is that?
I got you. Corbin Carroll in right.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Hate him. Marte at second. Hate him. Tommy Pham, DH. Hate him. Christian Walker at first. Hate him. Moreno at catcher. Hate him. Gurriel in left. Hate him. Thomas in center. Hate him. Longoria at third. Hate him. And Perdomo at shortstop.
I like that.
Hate him.
I like that. Thanks for bailing me out there.
You got it.
Who's their closer?
Sometimes we need an Alvarado here, you know?
Yeah.
Who's their closer, Don? Does it matter?
Seawald.
Hate him.
Hate him. Yo, they got a guy named Manaply. Hate him. They got a Sal Frank. Hate him.
Who's their manager?
I hate him.
Their manager, I have that one for you. Tori Lavulo.
Hate him.
Don't even know who he is.
Him or her. I don't know who he is. Hate him.
Tori Lavulo, I think is how you pronounce it. I couldn't tell you a damn thing. He's been with the Diamondbacks since 2017. Pitching coach. Did I have that? I don't have that for you.
Hate him.
Yeah, no good.
I don't have that for you. I have their scouting director and their farm director, if you care about that, and their general manager.
Who is their what's their mascot's name?
Do they have a man?
Do they even have one? That was the first thing. That was the first thing that people hate him. That was the first thing people asked about after we beat the Braves. Was all right. Who's the mascot?
So the Diamondbacks mascot, whose government name is what they put here, is D. Baxter the Bobcat. So hold on, why
They're
is
snakes.
What?
Wait, that's exactly what I was going to say. Why is the Diamondbacks
snake.
mascot a bobcat?
I'm a snake.
A silly snake?
I'm a snake. Internet.
That's perfect. That's pretty perfect. But that's a good question. Is a team named the Diamondbacks who's supposed to be a snake? No, what are they supposed to be?
I'm a snake.
Their mascot's a bobcat.
Got a lot of practice with this one.
Yeah. He's also an ugly looking bobcat. I'll pull it up here. Hold on. Let's do something here. Let me pull this up because it's a hideous looking bobcat. There you go. That's their.
Well, is there a good-looking bobcat ever?
No, but like, see,
It looks like he's got a lay off the cheeseburgers though. His face.
look at this thing.
It's fucking.
Wait,
He's a cheesesteak away from a heart attack.
It's
weight over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Working on my t-shirt toss.
Jesus, he needs to fucking
God.
he needs some
Oh.
insulin. Diabetes.
Oh my god! Favorite foods: carne asada, fish tacos, pizza, chips and salsa, and apples with peanut butter on game days.
Yeah, maybe try Weight Watchers.
Favorite
Cat
books:
in the
Cat in the Hat and Harry Potter. Oh
Okay.
man! Favorite Broadway play: Cats.
That's actually funny.
Baxter visits Delta Dental. How is there a whole page dedicated to their mascot? Does this exist for the Fanatic?
No, because the Phillies win games.
All right, I'm done with that. Oh, that's funny as shit. All right. Episode. The title for this episode: I'm a snake.
I'm a fanatic.
All right, you guys ready to get out of here? We got anything? Oh, wait, give predictions. Predictions for the series. What do we got?
I don't know if I want to because we didn't give predictions for the Braves and we wanted to.
No, me
Let-
and Chris did. I think you were. Off
Yeah,
that
but all
week.
three of us. No, for the Braves? I thought
Yeah,
for the
but-
Marlins I wasn't here. I was here for the Braves. I wasn't here for the Marlins.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Because I know
We
me and
let-
Chris had a show where we gave predictions without you.
Last
I
time,
think that was the
three of
Marlins.
us gave predictions was the World Series and we lost. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go Phillies in 5.
Phillies in 5. I like it.
I'm gonna go Phillies in 6.
I'm gonna second that. Phillies in 6. You head to the World Series at Citizens Bank Park. I like that.
Wait, really quick.
And what do you
Did-
think about the ALCS?
I'm
I'm gonna go
think
Rangers.
Houston's- I think Houston's really good, but right now the Rangers
are hot.
look like they're gonna win Game 1. So
The times are really weird.
I haven't looked at this.
So
schedule.
8:00 for Monday for Game 1 and 2. Game 3. Sorry, go ahead.
I would think they were all at 8:00. Are they not?
No. Game 3 is at 5:00.
What?
5:07 Eastern time.
No, that can't be right. That can't be
It
right.
sure
at all.
is.
You're saying that's a 2:00 game Arizona time on
Yes.
Thursday?
Yup. Because the Astros Rangers is 8:00 that night.
So what's game 4 then?
Game 4.
9:00.
8:00. Game 5, and then everything else to be determined.
That's weird that again.
Yeah, you didn't believe me. You had to look it up yourself.
Well, no, I didn't even look it up. I was reading something else. But
Uh-huh.
it's just weird that like an NLCS game at home local time is
It's
2:00.
2:00. It's weird. Yeah.
It's very weird.
5:00 is different for their time.
Sure, yeah, that's what I
Because
thought.
then it'd be
you
8:00
meant.
here. But
8:00 here, yeah, exactly.
which is also too late. But
But 2:00 local time
Who's-
seems crazy.
Yep.
And then they wonder why they get shit attendance at these playoff games.
Attendance?
Yeah, I don't know
Well-
if attendance. Yeah.
Well, no, I was talking about the Rays.
Yeah.
Remember the Rays had like shit attendance, and
Yeah.
everybody was saying it because they played like a 1:00 afternoon game.
Yeah, I don't know if that was it though.
Well, that's because it's the Rays too.
Right. And the average human in Tampa is 55 and older. So
It's probably even older than 55
Yeah.
at this point.
like if you're under the age of 55 and you live in Tampa, like what are you doing?
I agree. All right, you guys ready to get out of here? The median age in Tampa, Florida, 35.9. Never would have guessed it was that young.
What? Oh.
The median age in Tampa, Florida,
Well, yeah.
Is it
35.9.
taking the St. Petersburg area too?
I think it's just
No,
is it
it's
just Tampa?
Just Tampa,
Yeah.
yeah. Huh. All right, fair enough. You guys ready to get out of here?
I was really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I learned like not too long ago that it was like Tampa Bay wasn't a city. It was just
Right.
Tampa.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And it's like the New England Patriots. They represent New England. It's just smarter because you get more. The Golden State Warriors represent San Jose, San Francisco, Oakland, that whole area.
Well, it's the same thing with up there.
Tampa.
Like the Bay Area is what they call
Right.
it in San Francisco,
right.
Oakland.
So
yeah.
like I never knew this until I'm embarrassed to say it like 6 months ago. That,
I don't know that
Tampa
mine was
Bay
that.
wasn't a city.
I don't know that mine was that like
Early, like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
that late in my life, but like it
Yeah.
did come later than it probably should have. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
It like I forever thought it was Tampa Bay.
Right. Because
Yeah.
all their team names are Tampa Bay. Like why,
Right.
Like you would just
And
assume.
they didn't represent like the few towns that are around. I'm gonna say towns, not even cities.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right, yeah, that's all I had.
All right. Sounds good. We're gonna get out of here. We'll see everybody. Who knows? Maybe next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Definitely not Sunday because the Eagles play Sunday night. We'll figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Go Birds. Go Phillies. We'll see everybody next week. See you
I'm a
then.
thing.